everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for 3 p.m. Eastern, Monday, September 17th, 2018. And today, thinking about who we are, and a lot of people that are looking for abundance. And I guess you could call it screaming for abundance. And excuse me, if you can comprehend, understand that divine abundance is each and every one of ours natural state. And, you know, if you look at from the perspective of every cell in your body is vibrating with super alive consciousness, energy, right now, always, continuously. And when you relax your body, you can feel it. And your atoms are singing and dancing together, and they're having a great party inside of you. Your body is celebrating being alive in this universe. So, think about the creative energy and love that went into seeding and growing all the plants, the trees, gardens, flowers. Think about what had to occur for each of these houses, cars, TVs, computers, floors, streets, buildings, entire cities to manifest. And remember that everyone, including all plants, animals, sea creatures, all life, we're all born from an organism. It's truly amazing. And best of all, imagine that everything and everyone is here for your enjoyment. Now think about how you see the abundance that is all around you and how you feel it. And a lot of people will think that abundance in life is all about the surplus of money in the bank and how expensive the things are that they own. But that's a mistake. Some of the most miserable people in the world are the most financially wealthy. They simply don't know how to feel this divine abundance that's literally dancing inside of them all day long. See, we have a tendency to constantly look to the outside. We are constantly looking outside. Even though we think we are not, we're kind of being tricked all the time to think because of our habits of being attracted to outside stimulation. And remember, as we do this and as we interact with our outside stimulation, the street noises, different, it could be shop windows, whatever. It's just, it leads us to want and have things, okay? And this is what we've been talking about for quite a while. Real, everlasting abundance comes from being in touch with your higher self, your divine being. And that's who you truly are. And each of us has the potential to vibrate, gyrate, and reach the highest frequencies of inner freedom. And this is all about communicating and being in alignment with your higher self. It's everything. It's everything. You imagine your higher self as this bright light, this glowing eternal love that is everything. It's abundance, it's wealth, it's prosperity, it's riches, it's wonderful health, it's everything. And yet, on purpose, we have been trained and taught to go outside of ourselves, to look for happiness, to look for riches, to look for abundance, to look for wealth, to go constantly, constantly, constantly. Mad rush, mad rush, mad rush, mad rush. Instead, all along, we have been and always will be wealthy, rich, abundance, prosperous, healthy, creative, progressive, blissful, joyous, and that is by the relationship and the bond we establish with our eternal self, our higher self. So, if you realize and accept the fact, and this is a tough part, accepting the fact, and people will laugh at this, even if you're struggling with money, okay, and you just say, okay, I'm going to start to accept, I'm going to start accepting the fact that in many ways I am already living an abundant life. And it's a lot more fun and enjoyable than pretending that you aren't. Understand that. This is a lot more fun and enjoyable than pretending that you aren't abundant. And it's about being free. It's about, once you come to this connection on a consistent path, everything comes with you. Everything comes, everything starts to open, everything starts to show itself. And picture yourself and everyone that you can see in yourself and everyone that super rich and deeply appreciative being is growing and glowing inside you at this very moment. A super rich and deeply appreciative being is growing and glowing inside you right at this very moment. So, as you expand this understanding within yourself, not outside, not in your wallet, but inside you, this is the key of basically kingdom of abundance, happiness, joy, wealth, prosperity, liquidity, flowing non-stop, continuously, forever. Because your eternal self is forever. Your higher self is forever. Doesn't it make sense? This is very simple understanding that you are eternal love. You are part of the golden ocean. You are abundant, rich, wealthy, healthy, prosperous, all of these things. Here's the kicker. What happens is that for so many generations, humanity has been misdirected, misguided, lied to, manipulated, to believe, to believe all these false avenues. And it's basically, by believing these things, it pulls you further and further and further away from your eternal, your higher self, your eternal love. It pulls you away further and further. You become more and more disconnected. As you become more and more disconnected, you have the attitude and you have the emotional feelings and direction of thinking and feeling that it's hopeless, that you'll never be abundant, that you'll never be wealthy, that you'll never be rich, that you'll never be healthy. It's hopeless. And relying on the physical, material, outside world. And instead of concentrating on loving yourself and intensifying your relationship with your eternal, loving, higher self, you begin to blossom and you begin to grow from the inside out, not from the outside in, from the inside out. So you literally, and I think a lot of you can pick this up very quickly, is that your eternal self is there to assist you with all good things, all happy, blissful, joyous things. But the material world is there to convince you that you must struggle, you must survive, you must pay the price, you must scrape and scratch to earn a living, to barely get by, to follow the direction of the material world. And what happens to the majority of humanity that does that? It's self-explanatory, period. All you have to do is look around and see for yourself how wonderfully that does not work. It does not work. All of the input, all the information that's thrown out at people, you did it, it doesn't work. It just doesn't. A few stumble across some morsels and catapult in the different directions, but the minority, which it should be everyone. So, remember that you are, always have been, always will be, a super rich and deeply appreciative being. That's what you are. You're a super rich and deeply appreciative being. That's what you are. Your eternal self. Your eternal love. Your higher self. That's literally all that you are that's been inside of you, inside that body forever. Think about that. Think about not tapping into that on a daily 24/7 basis. Think about that. That's part of your confidence that grows, that comes with that entire package. That's part of your health. That's part of your perspective, your direction. So, label this meditation, I am super rich. So if you want to go to the place where you're not interrupted, and I'm sure you're there already, and relax. You want to relax, find a place that you've experienced in your life where you felt the most relaxed, and relive it. Visit that. If you can't create one, you know what you need to have yourself in relaxation. I tap into my higher self. It allows me to relax. I clear all of the gibberish, and it allows me to relax. All the stress and everything, all the material world becomes a distant memory, and I relax. As you relax, as I talk, you breathe in through the nose, you exhale through the mouth. As you breathe in, it's very important breathing. It brings us to deeper peace. You're breathing in divine positive energy. You're breathing in a reinforcing blast of what you already are. You are super rich. You are super powerful. You You are super confident. You are super healthy. And you have, and this is a reinforcing, because your physical must reinforce this, and the association and relationship with your higher self. These doors must be open for you. So you go within to open them, not outside. And you practice this within yourself till it becomes normal, flowing, 24/7, always. So you're super happy, you're super joyous, you're super giving, super caring, super unselfish. You feel that vibration. These are all the things that you always have been. And we fight those things because we ignore who we really are, who we truly are. We are a divine being, a true child of Prime Source Creator God. We are all gods and goddesses. We always have been. That does not change. We are eternal. You breathe this in, you exhale all of the things that you face on a day-to-day basis that affect your emotions, your heart center, your heart mind, your mind. Things that you think about, worries, stresses, fears, anxieties, challenges, financial, whatever it may be. You look at these things, you communicate with them, you take a good look at them. You don't turn your back on them. In fact, you embrace them and you give them eternal love and you walk through them. That's on your exhale. Now, we go and we go through our heart mind, our heart center, right where the sternum is, and we go as deep and deep and deeper. And as we're going deeper, we become lighter, we become more at peace, more love, more happiness. And then we come to an area where we're surrounded all around and above us with golden white pink light, Prime Source Creator God. The emerald green flaming healing light and the purple transmuting flame. This is whirling around us. It's reflecting, glowing, harmonizing with our higher selves. We see, we look, we see our higher self, and we join with our higher self. Immediately, we become one. Arm in arm, hand in hand, we begin to rise above the planet. As we do this, we're in communication with our higher selves and anyone else's higher selves that we can make contact with. And we call upon all of the light beings from this solar system, from this galaxy, from all the galaxies and all the universes, all of the light beings who are of love and from love, to join us in this meditation. As they flock in, we also call upon the archangels, cherub and seraphim, all of the angels who are of love and from love to join us in this meditation, all of the ascended masters of love and from love to join us in this meditation, all of the fairies and the sprites, all of those in inner earth and hollow earth that join us in this meditation of love and from love, all of the loved ones who have passed over, of love and from love. They are all joining us. Our circle is ablaze with golden white light. It lights up space. Space no longer is the dark. It is the light. From this union of light beings in this circle, as we rise and we rise, we see the meditative sphere holding all of our meditations in perpetual motion. This sphere literally is encased in golden white pink light, emerald green healing flaming light, purple transmuting flame, and it's vibrating and humming, and it's giving off a warm glow and a love, eternal love. We feel the rain coming down above our heads. It starts to saturate us. It saturates from head to toe, and it fills us with truth and understanding and patience and eternal gratitude and thankfulness and joy and happiness and bliss and wonderful super health and super riches, all of these things that we are. Isn't it amazing that most of our lives we have chased everything outside of us, and we wonder why, when we have the entire treasure inside us that we ignore? How can it manifest when that is the case? It cannot. So this eternal self, this higher self, you're feeling to become saturated. You're embracing, you're loving, and it's releasing all of the things that you are. And this is for all of humanity, all of the beings, inhabitants of this planet. All things that we are a part of. It's blossoming. It's reflective. It's glowing. It's glittering. It is filled with absolute loving abundance, prosperity, riches beyond anything you can imagine in the outside world, the material world, the construct, the distraction. To truly be fulfilled, as you're feeling this love and this energy pulsate within and out in waves, touching all, is to realize that the super rich that you have looked at is inside of you. All you had to do was embrace it, accept it, and flow with it. See this view, this beauty, this splendor, this freedom, this joy, releasing yourself from the material construct of deception and embracing your eternal self, your higher self, in gratitude and thankfulness always. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. energy as I communicate. One thing that everybody, I think, understands, but it needs to be repeated. When my voice begins, we go into meditation. And everybody, I think, understands that. This is a guided meditation, so it is not meant for people to just go into a meditation and be in randomness and just off in all directions. That's why it's guided. That's why my voice comes in. That's why it talks with everybody and it communicates the direction and the path and all of the participating energies so that we stay focused and guided all as one and together. And remember, the clock does not exist in meditation. We do not count minutes. We do not watch a clock. We are not on a timetable. This just so happens that our meditations last usually the length of time they last. If I had my way, I would meditate nonstop most of my life. This is about humanity, our love for each other, our caring for each other, our dedication and commitment to live in freedom, peace, prosperity, balance, and joy. And I don't know about anybody else, but to me, that takes a lot of commitment and a lot of energy, and to commit to that above all else, so that we can free humanity, free all the life on this planet, and live in splendor and joy and happy and prosperity and rich and wealth and health, all of those things. And I will have a time for change call this Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And I would send, as we become closer with our eternal higher selves, I send reinforcing awakening and awareness from Prime Source Creator God to each and every single one of you, that you are super rich, super wealthy, super happy, super blissful, super healthy. And watch how you're guided. Watch how things unfold. To stay in that vibration, to understand it, identify it, embrace it, and not let go. Expand upon it, knowing that you are all those things. So we will be back here at 3 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday, September 18th, 2018.